Hey guys, how's it going? We're back with Frank and we are on the build again. So today's video is going to be all of the cool bits that I like doing, some of my favourite bits on saw, which is going to involve the chain brake, the clutch area, and I'm going to go pretty fast putting the handle on and things like that and see if we can't finalise Frank for the last of the build videos. Okay, I'm still planning to do run videos and a tuning video. I want to do a tuning video with Frank, so I'm going to do that as well, which will be cool. But yeah, man, in the last week since we hit 400 subscribers, we've had 17 people subscribe, which is phenomenal for a week for me. Like usually I get 5 in a month or something like that. So thank you so much to those who have subscribed, and even more so to the subscribers that have stuck with the channel for a long time now. And yeah, so I want to keep on pushing. If you guys can, if you know anyone who loves building saws or wants to build saws or likes chainsaws or whatever, and they want to fix their own, build their own, do their own, bolt for bolts are all here. And it's going to keep on going. There's going to be more and more and more, so I'll just keep on covering saws as I get them and do them. Then tell those people that Kiwi Lad is the channel, and they can come and enjoy some good old Stihl sawness. Sorry to the Husqvarna people that I don't really do Husqvarnas, but you have average saws, so I don't really want to do average, you know, who wants to do second place. Anyway, that aside, before I get on that Husqvarna rant, what I'm trying to achieve here is I don't want 1 million subscribers or whatever, I want 1,000, okay, just 1,000, so that I can start doing live streaming and talk to you guys live, real time. That's what I want to do. And so that way I can show you guys stuff live, which is really cool, and you could go, oh, how do I do this? Or, hey, stop doing that because I did that and that's wrong, and you could do it this way, you know, so you can tell me how to do stuff and I can learn as well. It should be really cool. And some of you guys already do that in the comments, which is fantastic, and I've learned a lot off quite a few of you, which is really, really cool. I love that. So yeah, so let's go to 1,000 guys. Let's get that done. Let's get that done. Be really cool. So if you've seen 2, 3 of my videos, you probably should subscribe, because you're going to enjoy whatever else is going to come up. And that way you get to see what we're up to here on Kiwi Lad channel, doing Stihl chainsaws. But without any further ado, we're going to carry on and we're going to get into the building of Frank once more. So I think this is part 6, which is really cool. I'll get into it. Okay, I'll just see if I can, oh, here we go. Sorry, I just punched to zoom that up a bit. Awesome. That's cool. That's a bit closer, eh? That's a bit closer. I didn't know you could do that. I just thought I'd have a go at it right then. Anyway, right, what are we going to do? We're going to do the chain brake. I have not organised too much for this video, so it's going to go pretty, yeah, well, it's going to be fast and furious, isn't it? So, chain brake. So here's the chain brake. It's going to go on. You need this component to go in there. And unlike all the rest of the components, alright, we usually have the Stihl sign, which is just in there, if you can see it. There's a Stihl sign there anyway. Usually have it facing out so you can see it, but not in this case. You have it facing in so you can't see it. Pretty sure that's the way it goes. And you want to stick this end into the slot in there, like that. Okay, so easy. And then you can slide that on. Oh, but once you've got to put in the, I've missed a step. See, as usual, prepared nothing. So you got this little doohickey, goes in there. Just going to get something to clean that out with. It's got a bit of crud in there. Right. Pliers, other things. Okay. So, this is the area of the saw we're operating up in. So there's a little post here, and that post gets this put on it, this part. And that gets a little C-clip on it, which I have in here. And just slide that on there and pinch it in. Sorry, my hands are probably in the way. Pinch it in there, and then it gets a little spring, which is here, a little spring like this, and that hooks on there and goes over a little post at the top there. Look at this, these are always so fiddly for me. My fat fingers get in there and make a flippin' hash of it. Okay, hook that over the top. Oh my goodness. I'm always making a hash of something, always. It's just how I roll. Get around there. Basically, it hooks between the post and the bottom clip of that thing, and you get a little spring-loaded lever, which helps the chain brake. Right. So that is now all in there. So you can see that. So basically, I'll get a little pointer here. So basically, this up here gets a C-clip on it. This spring joins onto this post up here. Alright, and creates a little lever action going on there. Then we bring back the part I showed you in the first place with that in there. And you have to line up the hole so you can see through it, okay? So you can see this thing shifts inside there. Line it up. Put it over your saw. And we push it over that post, and you have to get it on the other post at the same time. Come on. I always suck at these things. I like the spring part better. You load the big spring in. Just going to have to pull this little lever down here. Yep. Move that up. Chain link's not moving. Chain link's not moving. And get some shape. There we go. Pull that down. Get that on there. Yes, okay, that is on there now. So we've got that in place. It's usually a lot more fiddlier than that. The other side of the chain brake post is held on when you put the starter cover on, and the pull start cover. And basically now we need a spring to go across in here. Usually these springs have a little rubber wear cover on, but this one's gone, so I'm not going to worry about it because it's Frank and it's the way Frank is. Okay, so that goes into there, across there like that, and what is the spring feel too small? I think it feels too small for me. It's back. There we go. There we go. It's just not moving. I'm just going to put a bit of WD-40 on there because that link is not working the best. It's a bit stiff. So now I get a big screwdriver and I basically push that in there and hook it around like that. Okay, and there is a chain brake lever on. Push that down. There is a C-clip. Another one, as I can find it in here. Where is the other C-clip? I haven't put it in here, so it'll be in my parts box. So joy, I'll have to dump that out. There's one. Woohoo! So it's another little C-clip. And it just hooks on there. And put it on at the top so the gravity helps it. Sometimes you can push them on. Yep, there we go. So that is a held on chain brake now. Okay. And you can extend that spring out. And it can also snap back into place just like that. So the next thing to do is put the brake band in. Okay, the brake band is here, and that pretty much gets put around this section of the saw, and you hook it onto the front of the section there, and let it flow around into there like that. Okay, so you can see that this lever here, the chain brake goes onto the bottom of that. You sort of have to put it on and lever it over like that to get it to hook up. Okay, and then it curls around there, and there is a screw that must go in the bottom of that. So what I mean by that is that there's a screw hole. Yeah. Okay, and that's just a little screw that goes in, and that will do. Oh no, that won't do. Use this one. Just put that in. It's T27, so in it goes. All right. And that holds that end of the brake band on. So easy. Now that that's done, we can carry on and we can put on, the safest thing to do now is that you've got your chain brake on is to actually put this cover on. And hopefully I can do it without having to take it off the saw. Sometimes it doesn't want to play ball with the, might have to loosen that off a bit. Let's get into the part of the build where it's just about off the jig. Oh, there's chain tension to go as well, so there's all that. But yeah, hopefully we'll get there. I'm just sort of speeding through it, guys, so try not to spend too much time on any one component so we can get lots done really. If you feel I've missed something or gotten something wrong, please feel free to comment in the comment section of this video, and we can have a look at what you're talking about. Two little screws, one goes there. Right, so that's on. It just basically, this means that the spring's not going to pop off and be dangerous and things like that. Okay, so that's why I put that cover on. And then you can open up that chain brake as well quite safely, just in here, so that you can put the clutch on and everything like that. All right, where are we going to go next? Okay, there's an important little part that goes on now, and sometimes forget it. I don't want to forget it. So there's a circlip here, all right, circlip thingy. The easiest way to do this is get proper circlip pliers and put it on, okay? I've tried all sorts of different ways, and this is the easiest way. So that just goes down over the crankshaft there. And just goes into place, and that's just where the worm gear can sit on. All right, moving right along now, moving right along. We need to put the oiler in place. So, the most important thing about the oiler, when you're putting it together, is this, okay? And this goes right there. Okay, did you see that? So that little grommet goes right here, and the oiler will sandwich onto that. And the other important part is the pickup for that, and that goes down in this hole here. And good thing about these oilers on the Stihl is they're fully serviceable from the outside of the saw, so there's no taking the flip and saw apart or trying to wrangle it through the oil cap or anything like that. Okay, and that has a tab on it that points basically down this way, and you can just get a reasonably blunt tool like my Torx driver here, and just press that around until it's fitting down there, like so. Too easy. Okay, this is the easy stuff, guys. Easy. Next is your oiler. Alright, you can see the pickup here is a large cone shape, and then that's where the pump puts it out and it goes up into the pickup for the bar and everything like that, okay? And that all sandwiches down there like that. 2 screws. 2 little screws. Yes. 2 little screws. This one's got all sorts of crap on it. Looks like Loctite or something. Right. In you go. One there. And one there. If you're working on Husqvarna, sometimes you've got to watch with the oiler, because the oiler will actually have seals on it to do with the crank seals. And if you don't put them on properly, they can have an air leak. It's a stupid system. Don't buy Husqvarnas. So there's the oiler all in there, nice and tidy. So next thing that comes in is the worm gear. Always check that this wire here, the hook out to the clutch drum is tight, because if this spins around, it's going to be doing nothing. It's not going to be driven by the clutch drum, and basically you're not going to be oiling your bar. You'll be heating up your saw, cutting with it, and doing nothing, and then heating up your crank, heating up your seals, air leaks. So just check that's nice and tight when you're putting that together, otherwise you might want to consider getting some new parts for that. Okay, actually I'm just going to put a little bit of grease in there. Okay. That is all good now. So, after that's done, there is this plate to go on, and it says top on it. You can see that top there? So you want to be looking at that. That's what it means by top, okay? Up the other way is incorrect. It's not correct, people. Clutch. This is a genuine Stihl clutch. Yeah. Most of these parts on here are actually genuine Stihl. The older parts though, it's still good. I don't like to put dud older parts on. I think I put all new springs in though, because the springs there were broken. So I'll replace the springs. If you're replacing springs, replace all three of them. Okay. Usually if one spring's broken, then the other's probably tired or been compensating, so just replace all three. It's just good practice. So, right, now we have the clutch. Now, this is a spur sprocket. I don't usually run spur sprockets on big saws. I always run rim sprockets. But this is what I found. And all the parts that I got. It's a 3/8, it's a 4/6, but it's just a spur sprocket. It has about half-life in there. So if you can see those indentations, they're actually quite light in there. So it's about halfway through its life. So I will eventually replace this with a proper rim sprocket and clutch drum to suit. But for now, Frank is getting a spur sprocket, and I kind of actually like it because Frank's a bit different, isn't he? So that goes on there. Oh, actually, sorry, I missed a part. Needle cage bearing. Okay, needle cage bearing. We can put that on first. That needs some grease. Now, a second. I just need to push this up. Just put a load of grease in here. I haven't been using it that much. There we go. There we go. Alright. So, needle cage. Grease that up nice. And a bit on the inside as well. Cool. On it goes. Right. Just wiping that grease off. Now we can go on with the spur sprocket. And see this gap? That lines up with the worm gear driver. So you find your worm gear wherever that is. It's down there. And there's actually a little indentation on there to show you where that is when you're looking down. You want to make sure that, oh, you hear that little click, is a little click, and it usually pops into place. So that's what you want to make sure, that your worm gear and your clutch drum is engaged, because and sitting in that slot, because that drives your oiler, which feeds bar oil to the bar. Okay, so make sure that's all gold and good. Right, next thing, we have a keeper. So that's the clutch keeper, and on it goes. And then we have an E-clip. E-clip goes on. I usually just place them like that, and then I'll put one of the pliers in there, in that hole, and just squeeze them on. Boom. Done. Frank's loving that. Okay, there is another cover to go on here as well, so we can put that on now. And a screw for that. Alright. I'll just tighten that back down, tighten the jig back down while we're doing this. Actually really enjoying this part of it. Actually really enjoying it. Need 1,000 subscribers though, so you guys can enjoy it more directly with me. Not after the fact. It'd be cool. Imagine if I could chat away to you guys right now and answer questions or something like that. That'd be so cool. Anyway. Let's do starter cover. I'll just put Frank like that. Frank like that. Nah, you guys know screws. It's just 4 screws. Honestly, it's 4 screws. Okay, so if you can't do 4 screws, you got issues. We'll just shrink that back up. Cool. So starter cover, an oldie, but a goodie. It's got the Elastistar in it, which is great for the 4.6. I think sort of the 4.6 is where you need to start using an Elastistar really, for the kickback sort of thing. Now there's the big screw that goes on the starter cover there, like that. Okay, it has a gap in the end of the thread so that it sits in there and the thread doesn't cause issues for the chain brake. It doesn't chafe it or anything like that. Okay, where are we there? Where are we? It's going in? Yeah, it's going in. Now, I just like to put one screw in there like that and then not thread it in too much further so that I can line up the case by putting the opposite one in, like crossways, you know, like I do with a cylinder, bolting down a cylinder. So go and do that. Bam. Go and do that. Right, next one in here. So that should line up perfectly now because we did that cross thread bolt thingy. Alright, these actually look like quite nice screws. These, nice for the case, nice for the starter cover. And these are all again T27s. I don't think there's really anything that's apart from that plastic handle screw that's a smaller one on the 4.6, the MS460. It's usually up in the new saws that you get that are all the different size, like you get T20s, T25s, things like that, but not a lot. They're still commonly T27s. And they're just checking they're tight. They don't need to be flipping massively tight. Okay, don't do that. Don't need it. Right. Okay, that's cool. Let's put the top on now. It's the top cover. Oh yeah, you're seeing the crowning glory going on Frank here. It's his top cover. He's all pumped out and ready to go. Right, a little bit of a rubber flange that sits on the decomp there. Okay, it's a long weekend here in New Zealand. It's a long weekend, and I have to take the spark plug lead off that. Bear with me a second. it's a long weekend here in New Zealand. It's Waitangi weekend. And Waitangi weekend is basically our national day. New Zealand, it marks the signing of the treaty between the Māori people and the European Pākehās, and there's sort of a solidifying of our nation. I mean, there's still issues going on around that, and I'm not going to get into that, but it is our national day, and we have a holiday for it, which is really, really cool. And I appreciate that we have a holiday for it, because it gives us a weekend and we can chill out, not be at work, and do cool things like build Frank, which is cool. Really like Frank. I really like Frank. Right. So now I have done that. Put that spark plug back in there. We will put this back on here. Oh yeah, Frank's looking cool. Look at Frank, he's so cool. Right, I'm excited. I'm excited, guys. I've been waiting a long time to fire up Frank and see how Frank owns stuff, you know. And I just like, there's something about Frank that I just really like. And I can't hide my excitement. Which is cool. Can't find the hole. Can't find it. Right, I'll try this back one here. There we go. Give me something there. So basically there's 2 screws on this side of the cover, and you just put them in. Sorry, I forgot that I was doing a bolt for bolt for a second. I just got so excited about Frank. But once you're at this stage, like you should have, if you've stripped down the saw yourself, you should have like hardly any screws left, and you'll be going, oh yeah, that goes there, that goes there. No worries, you know. I can, and then there's this video to guide you through the more technical stuff, I guess. But you know, I've got to finish this off. I've got to finish this saw, so it's another video, isn't it? It's cool. It's cool. I'm happy. I'm a happy man. Right. Here's a little stumpy screw. That one will do. Right, last screw for Frank's handle. Oh, sorry, cover, top cover. And we'll get onto the handle. Chain brake's in place. Frank is looking like a saw. This is exciting, guys. This is really exciting. Then we will take off Frank from here, and after we've got the handle on the saw jig, and we will put that tensioner into place. Like that. Nope. Add it around the right way first time. There we go, like that. Okay. I'm just going to put some screws. And these go into plastic, guys, so they're the large thread types, okay? The large plastic thread types. Don't over tighten these. I know I've said it lots, but man, don't. You'll ruin your day if you take out too much plastic from these threads and the bar or the handle or something, or the AV mounts or whatever won't work anymore. You know, you won't be enjoying it anymore. Oh, I forgot the flipping fuel tank cover as well. Oh, if you notice too, I put that tuning grommet rubber thing in there. Did that off screen, just had to take it off and move the wires out, but out of the way, they're out of the way now. But that's, you know, you just push it in, there's nothing too flippin', you know, intense about that. And all I'm doing now is just putting the last few screws in for the handle. There's nothing really intense about that either. And again, they're the plastic threaded types, that large thread bite into that plastic, securing that handle down. There's the dogs to go on. There's the fuel tank cap or guard I should say, to go on. So there's still a bit of Frank to build. But we are going for it. It's 35 minutes we've been doing this for. And we've done a lot on Frank. I hope you guys can keep up. Please disregard my ramblings and get to the parts of the video that you need to get to in order to build your 4.6. And shout out to, I want to do a shout out to Vermonster out there in, where did he say he's from? Vermont, I think it was, Vermont. So he's a Vermonster in Vermont. And he found a 4.6 in the forest. And it had been there for 4 years. And 4 years in a forest, a 4.6, just like this one. And so that's the fuel cap going on there now. I don't know if you can see it. It's a bit bright, eh? It's a bit bright, but basically it's just got a little screw that goes in there, in the bottom of it. But yeah, Vermonster, he found a 4.6 in the forest, or his mate did, or something that was left out in the forestry, and he's rebuilding it. And he's been watching these videos to see how it's doing. And yeah, I'm just stoked about that. Stoked that people are getting value out of what I'm doing here, and that they're able to build their own saws and do their own stuff, and basically start up a really flippin' cool hobby. I think it's a great hobby to have. Certainly keeps me out of trouble. All right, what else does Frank need? Frank needs to come off the jig. This is a moment, guys. This is a moment. Just take a minute of silence for Frank as he comes off the building jig and into the real possibility of starting up and running and being a really, really cool saw that owns wood. So yeah, we'll just have a moment. Okay, that's long enough. Right. Here we go. Frank's coming off. We've still got the tensioner to do. We're in the final stages. The dogs have to go on. The tensioner plate cover has to go on. It's coming down to the wire. Frank is just about ready. It's exciting times. Here's Frank. Here's Frank, everybody. Say hello to Frank. Yeah. So cool, so cool. Okay. Just see if that'll stay propped up like that. Zoom into that area. Hopefully it's not too bright and you can see sort of what's going on. So the tensioner. First thing for the tensioner is that it gets a little rubber O-ring, alright, and there's this post here. It goes down around there. And then I fill this up with grease. quite a lot. And I get this gear piece and just push it onto there. Alright, push that onto there. Then we get the thing. Where's that now? Don't tell me I'm missing that part. Sorry guys. Looking for a part of the tensioner. I thought I had in the box, but I didn't. That's frustrating. I found the rubber grommet that goes over the chain brake too. That's usually what goes over the chain brake. It's like a rubber flexible thing over the spring. I'm not worried about that at the moment though. Look, where is that little part? Sure it's not in there? It's not in there. Man, it's a rather important little piece too. That's the thing about a saw, you can have just one piece missing and you might as well not run the saw because it's just not worth it. The damage that will, the havoc that will be wreaked because you haven't got that one part. It's just incredible. And I haven't got this one part. I should have checked beforehand, but I didn't. See if I've got it elsewhere. It's an unusual part to have just lying around, so maybe I don't have one. Maybe I don't have one. I'm sure I had one though. Where has it gone? I'm sure I had one. Basically it's a little plastic part that slides down in here and it seats down this end of the tensioner. This is seated in here like that and keeps it from jiggling about. And I am so sure I had one. Oh, I know where I might have one, in my old toolbox. My old toolbox. Bunch of parts for tensioners in here. Do I have the part that I'm looking for? Yes! Woohoo! I can't believe I had one. So that's the part you're looking for. A little plastic part in there. And that just slides in down there and holds that tensioner in. Then we get, sorry about the delay on that, I honestly thought that was in the box and I don't know where the flipping one I had is gone. Maybe I never had one. Then these parts basically sit like that. Okay, these are two separate parts. Sit like that. And that goes down. Oh, sorry, up the other way. Down in there. No, I got that wrong. Got that wrong. So that bit down there. That sits down there. This goes on to here, and then this sits down and over that, like that. This tension actually needs to be just wound back just a little bit. So I can fit in there. Yep, there we go. There we go. So make sure that tension is wound back so that that fits over there like that. And this gets a screw in there. Okay, then that goes onto there like that, and that gets another little screw on there. You can actually, if this comes out, ever comes out, this flathead screw, you can actually get a small Torx like this small T27 Torx, and you can slowly, if you slowly and carefully, you can cut a new thread in there, or if you have a tap that fits that size, you can re-tap it and one of those just fits in there, great. Which is exactly what's happened here. Oh my goodness. Hadn't realised that was threaded. So we're going to swap out this T27. Hopefully this fits in here and I don't have to spend time cutting this right now. Oh, it does. So that's exactly what I was talking about. You can swap it out with a T27 and it actually just fits perfectly inside the bar and doesn't interfere with that front bar stud at all. And I actually prefer, it's a little bit better I think than holding it down with that small flathead, and you can just take them off with T27. So that was already done like that. I may have even done that, I can't remember what was the go with these cases. So anyway, moving right along. We've got some bars here, some dogs for, sorry I touched it and it went funny. But we've got some dogs here, and so we can put them on here. These dogs are actually made for the dogs, the double dogs. I don't have them, I don't have the other side, don't know what's going on with them. They are history, and I don't have them for the bar cover at all. Goes on there, and then we want a one, that's too long. It's too small. That's too small. short one like this, goes through the other side, and then it gets a nut on it, which the nuts are, tell me I don't have one of those now. Don't have one of those now. Should have done a bit more prep, but oh well. It's the way it rolls sometimes. You know, just wanting to get stuff done, then it holds you up. Where I'm going to have one of those nuts. Now, check my belts at once. Old parts. Where is my box of old parts? More parts out, more parts. Just a quick look through here. Just a little nut, which I think I've got some of in here. I think this might be alright. Too big. That might work. Oh yeah, that works. Cool. And I just grabbed pliers, and for the nut on the back of that, I just grabbed pliers. And tighten it up with them. I think that was actually a flipping carb nut. But it works. Alright. Look at Frank. Boom, boom. Right. Side cover. Hey, here comes the goodness too, guys. I had a rummage through my bars this morning, and here is a fairly mint 25-inch 3/8 bar. You know, I dressed it, and the sprocket was seized, but I sorted that out. It was the bar was slightly bent it back to shape, and then I had to dig through my chains, and I found one here, and I hope this is a 25-inch. I actually haven't tried it on Frank, so it might not work, but hopefully it does, and we can put this on Frank, and he'll be happy sore, because he'll have his own chain and bar, which is just to throw together things well, which is what Frank's all about. And we can get this on, tensioned up. Oh, we'll just have to wind that, I'll just wind that tensioner back to the appropriate place. Gets that oil, that grease all going on there as well. Now this is a Carlton chain. Carlton chain, which I think is that Oregon? Is Oregon by Carlton? Can't remember. I think that might be the case though. Alright, scrunch time. As we tension up the chain for the first time on Frank. Monumentous occasion here. So much good stuff happening. So much chainsaw love going on right now. It's pretty cool. I'm just gonna get the cover. I want to show you guys this cover. I don't know if I showed this cover, but this cover had a crack in it, and it wasn't too bad. It's all sort of staying together. So I cut a piece out of an old 4.6 case that was buggered, and I riveted this on, and that to me suits Frank down to the wire because he's a Frankenstein saw. So that bar cover can sit on Frank there like that, and he's got his nuts. Frank's got big nuts, and on they go, just to help tension that chain up. Is this chain a 25-inch chain, or is it a 28-inch? Just spin that around to make sure it's sitting on that sprocket nicely. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a 25-inch chain. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if any ladies watch this channel. Wouldn't think so. Unless you're one of those cool arb chicks. I think there's a channel called The Female Arborist. She's actually really good advice. Does good gear reviews and stuff like that. That's actually slightly stiff because it's got no bar roll on it. It's not spinning that well, but it's tensioned right. I'm happy with it. Cool. Chain brake works. Here we go, guys. Here we go. Oh yeah, check out Frank. We did it, we built him. Part 6, we finished Frank. He's got his bar. He's done. Doesn't he look like a unit? Yeah, I love the 25-inch bar on a 4.6, man. It just feels right. It feels like home. Yeah. So semi-chisel chain, that's all I had. Maybe get him a full chiz at some stage. Thanks for coming along on this journey. That was a chain brake. Thanks for coming along on this journey. Thanks for subscribing. There's more of this journey to go where we will do a tune and a run of Frank. Okay, and I'll try and find something to set that all up with. But awesome, guys, awesome. I'm so happy with Frank, and let's put Frank up. Oh yeah, Frank's got some compression going on there, and I think Frank's going to be a serious saw. I think Frank is a serious working saw. But yeah, awesome. Thank you so much. Really stoked. Let's see if we can get to 1,000. Don't forget that. Seen 2 or 3 videos. Maybe think of subscribing so we can get to that 1,000 mark, and then we can have some live chats. That's what it's all about. Don't want anything more than that. Thanks, guys. Really appreciate it, and welcome to all the new subscribers. Thanks so much to all you guys that have always been with me along this journey. And there's heaps more to come. There's so much more to come. There's more on the property. Yeah. Oh, I might even show you the doggo if I'm allowed, or wife lets me. She's a bit funny about what goes on videos. That's why you haven't seen my boys on these or anything like that. She doesn't like the boys going on or anything. But it's fine. It's fine. life, happy life. So yeah, hopefully I show the doggo. I've got a little, oh, it's actually getting big, German Shepherd puppy, which I'm really happy about. But anyway, this is Frank, and we'll see you next time. Still for life.